You are a member of ARCS and an experienced ranger, though you only joined this organization because you have every intention of brutally murdering another ARCS member named Afin. Your intended victim is so very repellent, so incredibly vile, that everyone who comes in contact with him despises the man immediately. To be perfectly honest, the term man is overly generous. He's nothing more than an offensive fake Australian who puts on a false accent and annoys other ARCS members constantly. If there's anything worse than a bag of fleas, it's Afin. You long for the day when you can send him screaming out of an airlock or put a bullet right between his stupid eyes. You haven't quite decided on the method of assassination. Speak of the devil. Afin hails you from across the ARCS lobby. You barely resist the urge to draw your weapon and reduce him to a pile of decimated flesh, but there are far too many witnesses going about their daily routine. Putting on a smile that's every bit as fake as Afin's accent, you invite him over to you, thinking all the while of reducing him to a smoking corpse.
"I'm sorry, I don't speak any English,"
Afin says. Afin, if you're not going to speak English, at least learn my name.
"Koth!"
Fresh anger boils up inside of you. Afin has had months to learn your name, and it definitely isn't Karth. You ignore this insult, just one of many, and give him a friendly slap on the back. How are things in that disgusting land of yours, you ask.
"It's not a country, it's a continent,"
Afin says. You know full well that Afin isn't actually from Australia. You doubt he's even so much as stepped foot in Australia. Everything about him is so manufactured that it makes you want to vomit full in his face, but instead, you ask him about his supposed homeland.
"I don't think it's a country," he says. "I think it's a continent."
You slap Afin across the face, quite forgetting that there are witnesses everywhere. "You little prick!" you exclaim. You quickly slap Afin across the face, and the pair of you struggle until the two of you end up in a massive pile of rubble. You pull out your weapon, which you have painstakingly grinded up to plus 35, and press the muzzle to Afin's clammy, pimpled forehead. "Tell me the truth. You're from Australia, aren't you?"
"Koth," he whimpers. "Please, I'm just a poor boy from a small country.
You say, "Aha, you said it wasn't a country, and since when is Australia small?"
"It's a small country," he says.
You pull the trigger and blow half of Afin's face off. The smell of blood and flesh fills the air, and he screams in pain. Afin is as good as dead now, but you aren't completely satisfied. You climb out of the rubble, walking slowly towards him. He tries to crawl away, but you're faster, grabbing him by the scruff of his neck and lifting his head up to look into his eyes. You say, "There are many offensive things in this world, suffering beyond measure, morally bankrupt individuals and wicked corporations, the dark falls and the profound darkness. I would gladly take any of those things over you, Afin."
"Please, no, I'm sorry.
The rifle kicks back in your hand as you fire. You don't regret killing Afin in the least. In fact, you feel as though decorating the ARCS lobby with the contents of his skull really livens up the place. The body, however, you feel slightly guilty about. You realize it's only because you haven't eaten anything since the day before yesterday that you're not tearing into it and devouring it right this second. You suddenly decide to dispose of Afin's headless corpse by devouring it. You sink your teeth into his dead flesh, relishing the sweet taste of justice. The actual flavor of Afin's flesh, however, is pretty damn disgusting. You say that it falls somewhere between a roasted bag of fleas and a jar of mayonnaise that's been left out in the sun, lid off for 14 days. Afin's remains are not fit for anyone's consumption. You wonder if his skull will fit in your pack. You stuff Afin's skull, or what's left of it, into your inventory and carry it around with you wherever you go. The rest of your time in the ARCS lobby is spent exploring and, eventually, looting. You've been told by others that the security in this place is absolute hell. Now that Afin is very much dead, you finally achieve a state of inner peace. You've nothing left to fear, not even death can touch you now. You head on to the next floor down, where you hear the fighting is the heaviest. You violently attack and murder every false spawn that dares cross your path, cackling maniacally as Afin's skull fragments toss and roll around in your equipment bag. You find yourself on the ground floor, surrounded by a sea of black, faltering forward slowly but steadily. Your hand clenches and unclenches, you're ready to fight. You charge blindly towards the profound darkness while screaming at the top of your lungs, "You're nothing compared to him!" You're too late, demon. You turn, looking up to see a hooded man in the corner of your eye. The man pulls back his hood to reveal his face, and you quickly realize, with paralyzing horror, the man's identity. It's Father Fevel, Father Fievel, the man who trained you, the man who was your surrogate father, the man who helped shape your very being. You aim your weapon at Father Fievel, spitting out the words, "You can't be here, you're dead." Dead? No, but I am soon. His eyes fix on you, and you feel the power of his gaze like a physical force, like 1,000 daggers piercing your skin. Your fragile mind shatters like a dropped glass. The only remnant of your past self that you're able to retain is your seething hatred for the now dead Afin. With a snarl, you raise your rifle, firing at Father Fievel. The silver bullets slam into his chest, but fail to knock him back or even slow him down. You activate a powerful PA, hitting the man with a blast of energy that would easily melt the hull of a spaceship. Father Fievel raises his hand, and you feel a powerful force slam into your mind, and the world is plunged into darkness. The last thing you hear is a maniacal laugh as the shadows consume you.